Hey everyone! I'm Becca, and he's Matt, and this is Becca's Book Club Adventure.
Back to the book. That's right. All right. So we're going to recap this. I don't think this is going to be the most stellar recap in the world because usually when I do recaps, it's after having read a book or a portion of a book like over the course of a week and you have like time to digest it. So then when you go read like 600 pages in like 2.5 days, I think there's a little something to you skip through some stuff and you're just like speed reading because you're so invested. So pardon the recap. Okay, so Violet Sorrengail, great name by the way, is a 20-year-old female who is described as smaller than average, almost frail.
Very frail.
Very mindful, very demure. For her whole life, she has aspired to follow in her father's footsteps and become a scribe. Unfortunately, her father's dead, and her mother, General Lilith Sorrengail, has other plans and compels Violet to join the Writers' Quadrant at Basgath War College, where she happens to be the general in charge.
Compels is a nice word to put it. Violet's gonna die one way or another, either in the Scribes Quadrant at Lilith's hand, or as a writer in the Writers' Quadrant. So, this elite military academy trains healers, scribes, infantry, and dragon riders. And for the writers, the motto is graduate or die.
Yeah. Okay, so Violet's older sister, Myra, provides her with a dragon scale vest and their late brother Brennan's journal, which is like more of a how to survive at Basgath guide than anything else. And Myra like teaches her how to braid her hair so that her long ass hair isn't something that people can just grab and kill her with.
And Myra, being a dragon rider herself, is thoroughly convinced that Violet will die in this process. So Myra is also trying to petition Lilith to let her into the Scribes Quadrant, but Lilith will not budge. So on conscription day, Violet faces imminent peril, nearly falling to her death during the parapet entrance trial. And she befriends her friend, Rhiannon Matthias, another first year, and encounters Xaden Ryerson, a third-year cadet and a son of a rebel leader, executed violently by Violet's mother.
I never knew how to pronounce Xaden's last name. You said Ryerson? I like that.
Right or wrong, Ryerson.
She also reunites with Dane Atos, a second-year squad leader who was Violet's best friend throughout childhood. Dane has Violet and Rhiannon placed in his squad in the 4th Wing, a book title, so he can keep them safe. Side note, Dane is the worst kind of individual ever. He epitomizes everything wrong with dudes.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
He's the good guy next door that no one wants. Anywho, Xaden, wing leader of the 4th Wing, now Violet's wing leader, harbors animosity towards her, given that her mom killed his dad. As do most of the first-year cadets, either from hatred or from jealousy. As
term begins, Violet is targeted by her fellow cadets, especially a douchebag named Jack Barlow, because they all view her as weak. And, you know, this is the military. You're only as strong as your weakest link. But Violet, she be smart, y'all. And so she leverages her high IQ as well as her brother's journal and ends up like outmaneuvering her opponents, outsmarting everyone, and even poisoning her competition like a bomb.
Through all of these trials and tribulations, Dane is overprotective, causing friction and holding her back. Violet's interactions with Xaden, while fraught with tension, allow her freedom, and he even occasionally offers unexpected assistance.
Violet rises to be the smartest one in her class due to her scribe training and upbringing, and even manages to win, not all. I think she loses a couple, but like the vast majority of her physical challenges. She might be the slowest at some, but she never like fails when it counts. eventually even mastering the gauntlet and acquiring the right to bond a dragon in the threshing ceremony.
And during threshing, Violet bonds with Terran, a formidable black dragon who is arguably the largest dragon out there, who wasn't eligible for bonding, all because of Andarna. Because Andarna is a rare golden feathertail, and she was threatened by Jack Barlow, and Violet decided, no, I will stand up for the feathertail. So this dual bond is absolutely unprecedented, and even more shocking, Terran is mate bonded to Sigale, Xaden's dragon, creating a life link between Xaden and Violet.
Lessons change to now include writing lessons and wielding lessons to those that develop a signet, which is a human manifestation of the power given to them from the dragon. Another way to put that is that through their dragons, cadets are able to channel power, which eventually becomes a unique thing, a unique combination of the dragon's power and the cadet's solar personnel.
With the new Violet, Xaden, Terran, Sigale relationship in place, Xaden changes his tune and protects Violet at all costs in order to protect himself. This results in a full-time bodyguard named Liam being assigned to Violet, personal sparring and writing lessons with Xaden, and even Xaden trying to intervening to kill those who are trying to kill Violet.
Violet is one of the last cadets to discover her signet power, but she eventually does so after a life-threatening encounter with Jack Barlow during the squad games. Violet is a lightning wielder, and I don't think Hunt has anything on Violet. Anyway, did we also mention that Andarna exhibits the ability to freeze time? And no one outside of Violet and the dragons are allowed to know that.
Violet and Xaden's relationship evolves from hostility to spiciness and intimacy, complicated by their respective pasts and secrets. Violet even learns Xaden's promises to and responsibility for all the children of the rebels that were put to death.
Cap off the war games, mere days before graduation. The wings are distributed around the realm in simulating mock missions.
On the way to their post, Violet finds out about Xaden's involvement with a rebel group opposing the kingdom's leadership, because he and the rest of the kingdom's leadership are hiding the existence of Venin and Wyvern, magical beings threatening everyone in the world, who Violet just happens to know a little bit about because old Daddy Pops told her all the fairy tales and folklore.
When Xaden, Violet, and the rest of Fourth Wing's command structure arrive at the assigned outpost, they find that it was abandoned long before they arrived, and they find a note from Bazgath's command. Their mission is to survive, if they can.
The nearby town is swarmed with Venin and Wyvern, and the group decides to fight instead of retreat. In the harrowing battle, Liam, among others, dies. Violet is poisoned and nearly burned out by her lightning, but Fourth Wing is victorious.
In order to save Violet's life, they seek refuge in Aritia, the former rebel stronghold that has been seemingly abandoned all of these years, but has actually been covertly rebuilt.
And as Violet recovers, she's mended by the one and only her brother, Brennan, who is actually alive, but she thought was dead this whole time, revealing that his death was faked and that he has been working for the revolution since his death.
The story ends with Violet's world being turned upside down, betrayal, survival, and a secret rebellion that could reshape the entire kingdom.